Hello children, welcome to biology class. Today let's discuss the second topic from the lesson morphology of flowering plants, and the topic is parts of a flower. In the introductory class we already discussed about the four worlds of flower, but we have to discuss in detail about the four worlds: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. See, this is calyx. These are petals or corolla. This is the male reproductive part, androecium, and this is the female reproductive part, gynoecium. Children, as we discussed in our introductory class, the first two worlds, calyx and corolla, are the accessory parts because they are not having a direct functions in the process of reproduction. At the same time, androecium and gynoecium are the main reproductive parts of a flower. Androecium male reproductive part and gynoecium female reproductive part. Okay, so let's start with the first whorl, that is calyx. We know that it is the outermost whorl of a flower, and the members. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members are there, and these members are called sepals. Clear? Generally these sepals are green, leaf-like, and what is the function of calyx? Main function? Yes, it protect the flower in a bud stage. See, observe these diagrams. Here you can see presence of sepals and petals. Now we are discussing about these sepals, and it may be gamosepalous or polysepalous. See, gamosepalous means sepals are united. So it is very clear from this diagram here, all the members of calyx are united, and this condition is termed as gamo. And here the sepals are united, that's why we can call gamosepalous. And here polysepalous. Polysepalous means sepals are free. You can collect the individual sepals from here. That is polysepalous. Clear? Then the second word, corolla. Corolla is composed of petals. We know that petals are brightly colored to attract, yes, insects for pollination. The shape and color of corolla vary greatly in plants, and they may be tubular, they may be bell-shaped, funnel-shaped or wheel-shaped. You just observe our nature. How beautifully colored petals are there, na? Like calyx, corolla may also be gamopetalous, that means petals. See, this is gamopetalous, and polypetalous, petals are free. The same diagram. While explaining about gamosepalous and polysepalous, like that, if the petals are free, we can call it as polypetalous, and if it is united, we can call it as gamopetalous. Clear? See, observe this diagram of natural flowers. We can collect the individual member petals from this because all the petals are free, but here it is united. Clear? Then, children, the mode of arrangement of sepals or petals in a floral bud with respect to other members of the same whorl is known as aestivation. Okay, so the same diagram is there in our textbook. On the basis of arrangements of this calyx, arrangement of this sepal and petal, we can divide the types of flowers into 4. That means there are 4 types of aestivation: valvate aestivation, twisted aestivation, imbricate aestivation, and vexillary aestivation. Which are the 4 types? Main types: valvate, twisted, imbricate, and vexillary. First of all, we can discuss about valvate. See, observe this diagram. When sepals or petals in a whorl just touch one another at the margin without overlapping, that is valvate. See, observe this diagram here. This calyx and corolla, they just touch each other without overlapping. Observe this diagram. all the sepals and petals, they just touch each other without overlapping. This type of aestivation is known as valvate aestivation. Okay, then next one, twisted. Yeah, hibiscus is an important example. China rose. Here, one margin of the appendage overlaps the next one. Here, one will overlap another, this overlap, next one, like that. Twisted arrangement. In China rose and lady's finger and cotton, we can see twisted aestivation. Then, third type, imbricate. Imbricate aestivation. See, observe this diagram. In the flowers of cassia and gulmohar, we can see imbricate aestivation. What is the speciality? Here, the margins of sepals or petals overlap one another but not at the particular direction. Here, it will be whirled at a correct particular direction. But here, there is no particular direction but all the members of calyx and corolla will overlap. Okay, that is imbricate aestivation. And the last type, here we can cite the example of pea plant. Okay, so here not only in pea, in bean flower also, there we know that there are 5 petals. Here the largest one, this is a standard one, overlaps. Here 2 lateral one. Then they overlap the smallest anterior one. Okay, this is a standard one, and here 2 wings are there, and inside keel petals are there. These type of aestivation are known as vexillary or papilionaceous aestivation. See, observe this diagram, children. This is a standard petal. Here you can see 2 wings, 2 wing petal. Then these are keel petals. Okay, so this type of aestivation is termed as vexillary or papilionaceous aestivation. The 4 types are clear: valvate aestivation, twisted aestivation, imbricate aestivation, and vexillary aestivation. Okay, now let's start discussing about androecium. Androecium composed of stamens. The stamens, which represent the male reproductive organ, consist of a stalk or a filament and an anther. See, this is a stalk or filament and this is anther. Both filament and anther consist of stamens. Okay, consist of stamens. Here you can see the presence of male reproductive organs in this flower. And this anther usually bilobed. Bilobed means 1, 2. 2 lobes are there, and each lobe has 2 chambers, the pollen sacs. See, these are pollen sacs. The pollen grains are produced in this pollen sacs. Development of pollen grains, microsporogenesis, we will study in class 12 in detail. Now keep it in mind, each and this bilobed anther has 2 chambers, the pollen sac, and the pollen grains are produced in pollen sacs. Then the sterile stamen is called staminode. Okay, stamens of a flower may be united with one other member such as petals or among themselves. The stamen may be united or in one bunch known as monadelphous. Maybe you just imagine if 2 bundles are there, we can call the condition as diadelphous. And in some other flowers, more than 2 bundles are there for the arrangements of stamen, and that condition is known as polyadelphous. See, this is monadelphous condition. Here 2 bundles. Now this is diadelphous condition, and here 1, 2, 3, 4 more than 2 bundles. Okay, this condition is known as polyadelphous. Okay, then there may be variation in the length of filament within a flower, as in salvia and mustard. Exceptional cases will be there. Then the 4th word, that is gynoecium. We know that it is a female reproductive part of the flower and it's made up of one or more carpel. This is represented as carpel. See, in green color you can see carpel. Here also it is represented, and the carpel consists of 3 parts. Which are the 3 parts of carpel? Yes, stigma, style and ovary. Which are the 3 parts? Stigma and the long and slender style and ovary. This ovary is the enlarged basal part, isn't it, on which lies on the elongated tube the style. This is the elongated part, style. And the style connect to ovary to the stigma. The style connects the ovary to the stigma. Stigma is usually at the tip of the style. And what is the specialty of the stigma? Yes, the pollen grains will stick on the stigma and it is the receptive surface. Okay, so stigma is the receptive surface for pollen grains and it is followed by long and elongated style, and through which the pollen grains will move and it will attach with the ovaries where we can see the presence of ovules. Then each ovary bears one or more ovules attached to flattened cushion-like placenta. Like that human placenta, here also there is presence of placenta. Then each ovary bears one or more ovules attached to flattened cushion-like placenta. Okay. Then when more than one carpel is present, they may be free. And this condition is known as apocarpus. Clear? This is apocarpus. Then there are termed syncarpus. That means when carpels are fused, we can call that condition as syncarpus. Clear? Like we explained about gamocephalus, polypetalus. Like that, here also we can explain if the carpels are fused, that is syncarpus. If it is free, that is apocarpus. Okay. Study the examples too. Then after fertilization, what happens, children? The ovule will develop into seeds. Here inside ovule will develop into seed, and this ovary, the entire ovary will develop into fruit. Okay, ovules inside on the placenta there are ovules developed into seed and the entire ovary develops into fruit. Okay. And next class we can discuss about placentation and the family Solanaceae or Liliaceae. So today you just read the textbook. Okay, children, read the textbook. I know lots of terms are there, but even though you have to read a lot. Okay, read a lot, study well. Okay, children, thank you.